you guys started something that goes on over here in LA so that everybody watches from all over the place so that they understand they got this little gig going that is a reminder. And what is the purpose?
This is kind of, I see it, Joe, as like a reunion, a class reunion. We meet once a month for lunch, different locations, and it's all the OGs, the old guys that back from the 70s, 80s that built cars. It's like a camaraderie thing where we all hang out. Our former adversaries, I mean, I could be, a guy be coming in, he might have broken my windows, I don't know. Now we're friends, it's just a way of connecting again,
Yeah, we did that, and we took off, and we started doing it. And then after a while, we just kept on, and it blew up from there. It just started blowing up. Everybody started getting involved.
What's going on, everybody? I am Joe Ray, and this is the Wired Down Show. This week's episode has very distinguished guests. But before we can even get into that, I want everybody to know that this wouldn't all take place without our proud sponsor, Power Master Performance. Hey, they start your ride up, and of course they keep it running with their starter and their alternator. Go to powermasterperformance.com. Here we go. Each individual has a story to tell when they come together and what their purpose is. They're all going to introduce themselves to you. And, well, here we go. Sammy, you take it from here.
Oh, my name is Sammy from New Life Car Club.
Sammy Grand Prix, Candy Burgundy, going down Soto Street.
My name is Disco Mike, and I'm from Lifestyle, and I was the vice president back in the 70s and the 80s.
Hi, I'm also from Ghetto West LA from the 70s, now Ghetto Lifestyle SoCal.
My name is Don Jackson. I was in New Life and original member of Lifestyle Car Club.
And your hat says the Marines too, right?
Yes, I also did a few years in the Marine Corps.
Well, Carlos Carbajal, original member for the group East LA Car Club. I'm still out there judging car shows in my retired life, and I'm still supporting the cause of the Lowrider movement.
We have your group car club plaque that's up there.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and it only happened because you're wearing that shirt right now. But you have a fellow member to your right.
Yes, that I invited today.
Hello, I am Eddie Gucci from the Group Car Club, an original member from the chapter of East LA, and I'm currently the treasurer at this time.
All right, guys. So there is a purpose, and we all talk about it, and I talk about it mostly on this show. We can never forget where we came from, and because of those individuals and pioneers, mentors, we wouldn't be here today. If you each are going to just sit here and tell me today that lowriding isn't what it used to be, it's way better. And there's reasons for it. And you guys are all responsible for it. But talking about responsibilities, Sammy, Don Jackson, Carlos Carbajal, you guys started something that goes on over here in LA so that everybody watches from all over the place so that they understand they got this little gig going that is a reminder. And what is the purpose? Tell everybody what you guys organize and what you do.
This is kind of, I see it, Joe, as like a reunion, a class reunion. We meet once a month for lunch, different locations, and it's all the OGs, the old guys that back from the 70s, 80s that built cars. It's like a camaraderie thing where we all hang out. Our former adversaries, I mean, I could be, a guy be coming in, he might have broken my windows, I don't know. Now we're friends, it's just a way of connecting again, and keeping the lowrider movement going.
Well, I started hanging around with Carlos here and Sammy, and just one day I want some company to go have lunch.
Right.
And I call up Carlos. I go, hey, Carlos, hey, let's get Sammy. Is there a Shakey's by where you live at?
Right.
And he goes, yeah, there's one. I go, well, let's get Sammy. Let's go down there and go have lunch.
So the mojos or the beer?
The beer.
Okay.
Of course.
So Sammy, they had this phone call conversation to get a hold of you, and of course you say, yeah, well, let's get together and we'll talk Gold Times, Candy Burgundy, Grand Prix, Boyle Heights, y todo, right?
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, we did that, and we took off, and we started doing it. And then after a while, we just kept on, and it blew up from there. It just started blowing up. Everybody started getting involved.
Yeah, may I just say that we were meeting a month or two prior to all this starting, and then Disco Mike got a call, I guess, from Eloy,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then Mike called me.
How did Eloy get into the picture?
He called me, and he goes, "Man, what you guys are doing is a great thing." And then I go, "Well, join the club, and call some people." And that's Mike told him to call people, and he called Click, a lot of different car clubs. And our friend again, Bugs,
Mhm.
he invited him, and so that's how it got started. And Eloy was a really a hustler before he passed away. He was helping.
But he served the purpose of what you guys were trying to do.
Right.
So your first little gathering,
Right.
it's lunch, and it happens to be at Shakey's.
Right.
There's 3 of you, and you guys had a great time. So from there, you just said, hey, man, we should get some other guys to come down, or how does that go?
well, Joe-
Because all of a sudden you got 50, 60 people showing up,
People are
100
putting it
people,
out.
right?
On that, Joe, I came into the second
second
meeting,
lunch?
the second luncheon
Yeah.
in East LA.
Yeah.
And Eloy and Carlos had called me.
Mhm.
So I went over there. And what I get out of this is it's the history.
Mhm.
So people can learn some of the history. Because, you have OGs, you have young guys now. And this is open to everybody.
Right.
Because we want everybody to know the history, not to forget.
Right.
And like Carlos said, back in the day, a lot of the clubs didn't get along. You know how that went.
Yep.
And now here we are, we're older, we all get along. We try not to have drama. And it's great. And myself and Carlos, we post it on social media.
Right.
So everybody knows. And the way I post it is this is open to everybody. It's not secluded and stuff. Old, young, you. And it's just a great way for everybody to bond, know the history of low riding. And also guys that you hadn't seen in a long time. Like Eloy, for me and Carlos, we hadn't heard from him in, 30, 40 years.
50-some years.
Yeah.
So last time I
and
saw
then
him.
all of a sudden he came back and he was interested, like, man, Disco Mike, I want to kind of get back into it a little bit, but I can't because my wife and this and that, So it was great. And then, we all know each other. We see each other at car shows or at parties, So it was a great thing to do. And we want to try to keep doing it so people will understand that it's a lowrider culture,
But
It's a
also you can
brotherhood.
meet up with some old friends,
Yeah.
like Mondo Garcia from Group. I went to high school with him. I knew him from junior high school. And I hadn't seen him since 72, since left high school. And I saw he came to one of our lunches one time.
Yes, he did.
And I give him a big hug. Oh, man, I've been looking for you forever. How you been? Well, his health wasn't that good, but it was nice seeing an old friend. And that's what I look forward to about our lunches. Who's a new guy that's going to show up that you haven't seen in a long time and
Yeah.
you've been wanting to meet?
Wherever these gatherings are at, who picks the location and the time and place?
I do.
You guys all get on the
Well,
phone together?
No,
and hammer it out?
Carlos
And Mike.
and Mike. Mike is the one that puts it out there.
Yeah.
He does a good job of it.
Yeah.
So, hey, you're doing a good job. Keep doing it.
Yeah, we try to keep it at certain places, try to move it around, but sometimes it's hard because some of the restaurants, either it's not enough parking or they want certain things like the guys all buy the buffet, and some guys want to go just drink, hang out, maybe buy some food and stuff. So we've been having it at Shakey's, but the next one we're going to have, hopefully it's going to be in Almonte at El
Sombrero.
Sombrero, where we
The
would
food's
have some
okay.
luncheons with,
I was just there the other day.
yeah, so,
But we like Shakey's because plenty of parking,
it-
plenty of room.
yeah.
You know,
It
they treat
accommodates
us well.
It accommodates all of us.
Yeah.
A lot of guys show
The
up.
one in West Covina, it's like in the middle of everything. Like it's not too far one way. Like remember one time we had it at that hot dog place in
Yeah, Cronies.
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 Cronies. And right now we couldn't go there
No,
because too
not
many
enough
of
room.
us. We'd fill the place up.
Cronies on Whittier Boulevard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Remember that was a big hangout back in the day.
Yeah.
But there.
How many weeks though did it take for you guys to all of a sudden the word got out? And I've always said it's not word of mouth in the lowrider community goes out a lot quicker than it does on the internet because we're all gossipers, right? How long did it take for the first couple luncheons before you guys just blew up?
Well, we didn't know it was going to blow up like that. We just
Yeah.
wanted to have some company to have lunch with. I hang around with Sammy and Carlos. We just wanted to have our lunch together. And then all of a sudden, it started growing. And remember, Mike, when you showed up, there was what, about 10 of us? 12 of us?
There was 8 on the second.
Okay,
luncheon.
8 of us.
But I
And-
think where it blew up was when we started putting it on social media, because I put it on Instagram,
Mhm.
I put it on Facebook, and then Carlos will also post because we're the ones that are posting it, and more people started all of a sudden contact us. Hey, can we go? Can I go or whatever? And then we will text certain guys that
Yeah.
we're close to
Well,
just to kind
Carlos
of
got
remind
hold
them.
of me.
Yeah,
Carlos called me and told me about
But I think it's a thing where these OGs, old guys like us, they miss those days and they want to
Yeah.
relive the
It's a revival.
revival.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a reunion. Like I said, it's great to see these guys, and all different kind of car clubs.
But there's some people you meet up though that you never talked to before, like
Yeah.
the president of Imperial showed up.
Yeah, Spanx.
And Spanx. And I really don't know him, but I got to introduce myself. My name is Don Jackson. I was in New Life. Then after that, I was in Lifestyle. Nice to meet you. So we got to meet him.
And this was at Shakey's because he likes to dress up.
Yes.
Was he allowed in that place?
Yeah, he does. He does dress up.
Yeah, Spanx,
But,
good man though. But Imperials need to be there though, right?
Yes, and he
Because when
does-
you're on the outside and you are on the outside, and so are you also,
Yeah,
these guys organize this little thing and you go there and you support.
we support.
And that's a good cause. I mean, you're there because of the cause, not
But-
so much to represent where your car club is from, right? And that's how this thing blows up.
Joe, we're not here for any glory.
Yeah.
Any who started what. We're
Yeah.
here just for the camaraderie of all
Yeah.
of us being together, and that's all it is. I mean, my time is limited now. I'm 72 years old. I don't know how much time I have left.
A week.
I know.
Shouldn't have told everybody.
Well, that's all right.
Okay, so what I put together here
All
is
right.
I put the purpose of the OG get together once a month is that we all have something in common. We live the era of the late 60s, 70s, and the beginning of the 80s. We can reminisce and relate to those days. We enjoy to be able to talk about those days which we have experienced. Sometimes that's the new Pepsi generation. That's the new Pepsi generation cannot ever experience honor, respect, and all words and what we uphold.
Hey everyone, before we get back to our episode, we want to give a shout out to one of our proud sponsors, Power Master Performance. One of the most important parts under the hood of your lowrider is the alternator. The key to selecting an alternator is to make sure its output meets and exceeds the electrical needs on your ride, especially at idle. For instance, if you have an electric fan, electric fuel pump, big amps, airbag compressors, you're already looking at over 100 amps. And that's not counting the ignition, exterior lighting, or air conditioning. The other important part is to understand that the alternator must be capable of supporting those electronics at lower RPMs while idling or cruising in traffic. Plus, it's available in chrome, polished, black, and natural housing for single V-belt and serpentine belt systems. For more information about PowerMaster's HPR series, just go to powermasterperformance.com. And because of the younger generation, the Pepsi
The
generation,
Pepsi generation. That's what
because of what they're involved in, what they're doing today, and they obviously do pay their respects to the past. It's like they wouldn't be here without you guys, and then you wouldn't be going to this event without them either, because they're keeping lowriding alive.
they're keeping it alive.
Always said you guys are responsible for all of this, but it's a great thing. So coming from the outside, you and Eddie from the group over here to support this event. What did you guys think of it in the beginning, Eddie? I mean, I know Carlos is your crony right here, not the
That's right.
restaurant,
Yes, he
but
is.
he's involved in something and it has potential to be something great. But even your second and third lunch, come on, who would have predicted was going to get this big?
Exactly.
Right.
So what do you feel? You were
Well,
there right from the beginning?
I came in a little bit later, and I had Eloy contact me. He said, come on down. We're having a good time. We get a lot of people from different car clubs. So I decided to go, and I brought other group members with me, and it's nice. I mean, we know each other for many, many years. All of us are brothers in the lowrider community, and this is something that we can share, talk about old times, different shows coming up, and it's really, really nice. It's nice for us to sit down, take a time to eat and address different situations. And it's a good time for all of us to recollect and look at things and see where we're going, see where we've been. So I enjoy myself. I'm there pretty much at all these. Either we're at the Cronies or we've thinking about going back to the Tepeyac, and Shakey's can hold us because we have quite a big number. We always take pictures, and I think it's really, really nice. Everybody enjoys themselves. Like Don says, there's a lot of people that we meet that are new, and it's a cool thing. Really, really cool.
For everybody out there, Shakey's Pizza has been here since 55. And they got a chain of these restaurants. They have these little round things called mojos, little potatoes.
Yeah.
They got a variety of pizzas, and the chicken, it's not roasted, it's fried, and the pitchers of beer at all. It's been a family tradition. They got a chain of them all over Southern California. So it's a good place to go out there and hang out. Everybody does anyways. Most car clubs land up there. You'll see a car in Monterey Park. I used to go and support that one.
Yeah.
For the Monterey Park cops. I'd be there all day long because I have warrants and I'd leave my car parked out there and they drive around waiting for me. But it's a good thing. So you get different car clubs to support.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're bringing out cars, of course. And that's what's going to glue and hold this thing together. And there's a bunch of cars out there. I follow. I see the pictures. Eloy or somebody would send me the pictures from the last outing. And I saw the crowds getting bigger. I saw more colors.
Yeah.
Blue and gold, black and gold, maroon, everything was happening. Techniques, everybody's out there, and it's a lot of familiar faces. I finally got my ass out of here and went down there
Yeah.
and was
That was
able
yeah.
to meet everybody. But it's like, how do you greet and meet everybody and shake hands with everybody unless you go to almost each one, because you don't have an hour and a half, 2 hours of a lunch to talk to everybody about old times.
Yeah.
So normally you would go to the next one and sit at this table, and this thing continues to grow. And for the reason I want to get back to is the reason why, since Lowrider, you can't just jump ahead and talk about what's going on and what we're doing and all that without giving recognition to the past. Because if you have a soul in you and you're in Lowriding, you have to remember that there was somebody before you that was already doing what you did, like me, way before me. And you can't just run out there and just think, oh, I'm the guy, I'm the one doing this. We're going to do this is my idea. You can't do that. You have to be real in Lowriding. And this is the same purpose that you guys put this on, not to forget those from the past, because we never know when they're not going to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And with these recollective meetings that you guys have, there's a lot of faces that don't go to it because they passed away 10 years ago. And I don't care what age they are. They passed away a long time ago, and you guys are finding this out. Well, what happened to this? Oh, he passed away. What happened here? This guy passed. They're gone. And we're blessed to still be around, talk about the past, but the hell with the past. You guys are the future. This is you now going forward. We've passed that torch off to everybody out there. They got it. They ran with it. But that torch is only lit because you guys lit it. So that was the main purpose of this whole thing. And it's grown. Have you guys actually thought now that you got this entity where it can go, what the potential's like, and you don't want to ruin it?
Well, the nice thing about also that we have there, I'm meeting new friends. Like when I was in Lifestyle, none of the guys in the club now were there when I was there.
Mhm.
And I'm getting to meet them. Like I meet Audie, Rick, Jesse, some of the guys there, and I tease them. I go, how long you been in Lifestyle? 10 years, 15 years. I go, oh, you're a new guy, huh? And I tease them, rub it in. And it's nice to make new friends, and I enjoy it.
That's the good thing about it. Going to all these events, the get together that we got, is we're like brothers. We're
Yeah.
a family.
Brother.
We're tight. So we could share each other something that we have something. I can call Mike and tell me, Mike, this is going on, or call Carlos and get somebody to talk to.
We share information.
So we share
Yeah.
each other feelings that we can't share with somebody else. That's what makes us tight. That's what makes us united.
And
But
the
also
other thing,
you-
Joe,
yeah.
me and Carlos, we try to go around and greet everybody. Because we know most of them, but sometimes we're going to get people we don't know. It's, hey, how's it going? Glad you came. And we tell people that if you can make it, that's great. If you can't, then maybe the next one.
Yeah.
There's no mandatory that you got to be there. And I think that's why it's grown even bigger. And it's going to keep growing, because I know when I put everything on social media, I get nothing but good vibes from
And
people.
word
Hey,
of
this
mouth.
is great.
Yeah.
Hey, when's the next one? Can we go?
Yeah,
Can
I
we
get
do
this.
this? And it's amazing that how many people really like this. And that's why we want to try to keep it going as long as we can,
Well, we've been growing and growing because new people are starting to hear of us and they go, yeah, I haven't gone to something like that in a long time. And maybe I can see an old friend that I hadn't seen in 50 years.
Yeah.
So it's growing and growing and we don't know when it's going to stop.
Also, you're from ghetto lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're all about bombs. So how does the old memories and the Dukes, they're there, who reaches out to them? Or do they just hear about this?
Well, on the Dukes, remember there was 38 Dukes.
Right.
Those are the original ones
Right.
that came out. Because back in the 70s, when Zoot Zoot came out, they were the ones who had brought in all the cast. So you have the Dukes. I guess what's his name from the Dukes? Sammy, I believe.
Mhm.
I talked to him and I let him know about the shows and stuff. They haven't came out yet. No, they did. Who came out from the Dukes the last time?
That's just Steve.
Yeah,
Steve.
I know,
Steve.
they
Yeah,
come
Steve is there in the
But the
movie.
thing is that they have to. We don't demand for them to come. If they show up, they show up. It's something to get together. So when we do get together, we get to talk.
Actually,
But it's almost like a staple on it, though. You know what I mean? A stamp on it, I would say. Because you have the Imperials there, you have the Dukes there, and they're the founders. The clique is there.
Yes.
Of course, the group is there. But if those clubs are there already, then there's approval there,
Yeah,
so
New-
to
New
speak.
Life- New Life
and you
group,
can
yeah.
grow from that. What are the other car clubs
Kiki
there?
from New Life shows up and he brings other members from New Life.
Don't tell me.
Ernie.
Sammy called them, right?
Right.
Kiki New Life shows up.
No,
But
I
you got
did-
various
I
car clubs
called
there,
them, yeah.
right?
Yes, quite a
you
few
could take
different
them.
together goes.
The bomb club,
Then we got
they
clubs
go.
from
Bomb Club goes.
Yeah, New Wave.
Yeah.
New Wave.
We had,
Logistics.
we had the Tovars show up, the
Yeah.
last one.
Oh, that's right.
And then even my friend Johnny Roadrunner from New Life East LA, he showed up. Different guys, you never know who's going to show up.
You mentioned Roadrunner, your friend.
Yeah.
You didn't mention Bugs.
He's not my
How
friend.
did Bugs go there? No, I seen it when I was there. I went, but then there's people I haven't seen, and then I got there kind of like, oh, but Joe finally showed up. Look at
Yeah.
him here,
Yeah.
and I walk in, and believe me, if you guys had it at 2 a.m, I'd be at all of them. But I'm so busy and all. But don't think that I don't recognize what you guys are doing, because I'm running the same program here.
Yeah.
It is. I cannot forget. I got a picture of somebody's car from Texas. Chewy in Texas has never got recognized. Should be in the Hall of Fame. And did a video of him. It never came out. And that guy, if anybody took care of Texas, Chewy did. Brown Obsessions, that car club, man, they've been around for a long time. And it's every time you do a Hall of Fame or Legends of Lowriding, like I do, you try to find and balance everybody so there's a fair share amongst the country, so they become notarized, because there's a lot of guys out there that did a lot for lowriding and no one even knows who they are.
They don't.
And then they die.
Yeah.
And then it's like too late. So then you have the memorial award, which is not cool. But the purpose you guys have in that, what I'm bringing and why I brought the group here together, is because you guys got something going now, and how you handle it from here, you're more than responsible with now. But there's no reason why you can't do this in New Mexico. The founding fathers, all the different car clubs, everybody knows everybody. There's no more car club wars anymore. Everybody gets along. We're a little smarter. We got older. Get those gatherings together, man, because, Eloy's gone now.
Yeah.
And he disappeared for 45, 46 years, left in his Candy Red Grand Prix. And then he comes back into the picture and he goes out with a blaze of glory. I mean, he got involved and contacted everybody. I saw him running around there too, and I still haven't talked to him. That's the first day I ever saw him since he got back into the picture. Come to a meeting. So I meet him at Shakey's at one of these gatherings. And the sad thing is, for the purpose of this, remember them, don't forget them. And then it's before it's too late. Eloy passes away a few weeks ago.
But
man,
it was
and that's
easier for
a
Eloy
tremendous
because
loss.
he jumped in on something that was already going.
Yeah.
It was easier for him
Yeah.
because we already had 40, 50 people
Established it.
when he got involved in it. I think, like you say, other states can, 2-3 guys get together, go have lunch or breakfast or dinner, whatever, and then put it out there. We're meeting here at so-and-so at a certain time. Come on down. We want to meet you. We want to talk to you. Enjoy our dinner together or lunch together.
Mhm.
But like I said, when Eloy got involved, we were already established.
Yeah.
And Joe, the other thing we
But he called me all the time. he texts me to please come down. That goes a long way.
I've called you
'Cause I
before.
ain't
You don't
going.
answer.
You don't answer.
Pokey said not to answer your phone calls.
Oh,
You don't have to
hey,
text.
hey, hey, my brother Pokey and Rob
I don't
Ross.
answer anybody.
Exactly.
If my mom was still here, I probably wouldn't answer either. Because my phone calls aren't 2 minutes, they're 20 minutes each. To be real and to talk to somebody and be sincere, you got to hear them out. There's a lot of memories I've got, like everybody you've got out there. I walked into that Shakey's that day. I sat down with Raul and Russell. We talked Cantwell High School. And then I started looking around and I saw a lot of familiar faces. And I wanted to spend some time. Next thing I know, everybody's done. They're outside taking pictures. And then people are leaving. And then it's a God damn, I got to wait another month to come to the next one.
Yeah.
And it never works out for me, right? But I thought I at least got to recognize what you're doing. So you guys are like assisting the movement today by what you're doing. And it's very important. That's why I say for everybody else out there, there's a lot of pioneers and mentors that never got the credit. Don't wait for this show to go to you, or there's no more magazine to cover it or a video to cover who you guys are so you can tell your story. Go out there and tell your story where you're at.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Joe, can I say something?
Yeah.
Probably the last thing that we do on these luncheons,
Mhm.
you kind of mentioned it right now, we take a group picture
yeah.
of everybody. And you'd be surprised how many people want those pictures because they see the history, some of the legends, some of the young guns now that want to do what we did back in the day and stuff. And we've even take pictures where we've had guys turn around and they're wearing their
Shoulder
colors,
clubs.
and you see all the different clubs right there. And I mean, like you said, other people can do that. Hopefully they will. And that's probably the best thing about these luncheons is it's really a brotherhood, especially sometimes when you meet people. Like when I met also, I feel like I've known them forever,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
You know, and with other people, and it's great because like Carlos said, you know, we're not getting any younger. We're basically all in our 70s, which is hard
It's
to realize.
it's a great thing to have all the guys there and
Absolutely.
former adversaries, Joe, and we all get along now, and we have a lot of history because we were there. You were there. I met you
Yeah.
at the sports arena. I didn't even know you. I go, hey, you have a nice car. I remember when I said that to you. You said thank you, and you know I was into the cars. That's what I was into, and I took it from there. You know.
I was a judging in the early shows. They were called Lowrider happenings.
Yeah.
Today,
Yeah.
they're called super shows. I don't care if you have one in a parking lot at Walmart. It's called a super show
It's not
now.
a super show
But
though.
back then, none of them are. There's only a few of them, and they're major cities and convention centers. But everything's a super show. Everybody's a promoter and a salesman now. But they used to be called Lowrider happenings in the early days, right?
What I do when I'm judging, Joe, is sometimes, if it's possible, like I tell his club, go Oso's club, show your engines, show your trunks, you know, do just the little things, you know, so you can win. And they're finally getting to that point. But like Eddie's a stock Oldsmobile Cutlass, is it?
Right.
And it's real clean, but you know, he's in that situation where he's not going to win all the time, but sometimes he does, you know.
And that reality of your conversations eventually, it's who are you? What are you?
Yeah.
Then what do you do now? And you guys know that besides the 3-topping pizza and the mojos and then 3 pitchers of beer, it comes down to there's going to be a lot of guys, man, I got to get back into this.
Yeah.
I got to get a car. I got to do this.
Yeah.
And they're reliving that memory. And if you have that event on a Thursday, by Sunday, it's gone. Or until the next time they appear again.
Yeah.
I got to get a car, man. You feel young again. I don't care how old we all are. We're all on the edge when we're doing this. It's a young man's game, and we're just as young as the Pepsi generation, so to speak. But the gap between the two generations is very important. That's one of the things that you guys got to focus on. But 2, the cars are a lot more expensive to build now because they're 50, 60 years old.
True.
They're not 5, 6 years old anymore.
But also at the luncheons, you can meet people. It's like Kiki, president of New Life Car Club. He hooked me up with a painter. I'm repainting my Riviera. And that's also, you can meet people like, I need tires, I need rims, or who does engines, who paints. You can meet people also.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
get that a lot.
Yeah.
They
you,
call me a lot.
you can go to somebody, go, hey, you got a nice car. Who painted it? And they'll tell you who painted it. Hey, is he reputable? Yeah, he did a good job. Or he didn't do a good job. It's like I thought about going to Sammy's painter till he's been having problems with them. And I told the guy, I go, hey, I was gonna go to you, but I'm going to somebody else because you're taking too long to do Sammy's car. You know, that's what's also nice about it.
And the other thing too is the old Memories Car Club, been around forever, different chapters. Even the car shows, just to get them to show their cars because they're immaculate. They're on another level too. I'm lucky if I could get them to come out to one of the shows at the convention center. Grateful for it. Great members. Augie the Glass Man, he's the best. I got to get them on this show so they could tell their history. Can't get them to come on here yet. Whether they're shy or humble or whatever it is, they're there at your event.
Yeah.
They're there having lunch. That's big. Their cars are out there. That's huge, man.
Well, we don't
when you have that support.
we-
And you can't take that for granted, you guys.
Well, we don't expect nothing from nobody.
Yeah.
We just want to meet you, say hello, shake your hand, just go have a beer together.
Have a good
And then
time.
we'll talk from there. We'll go from there. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. That's fine. But we just want to
And
show up.
another thing too, when we're there sitting, eating or whatever, we talk about the old times, taking of the plaques, breaking of the windows.
Oh, shit.
You know all. Okay, so
That's how we got the group plaque, right?
Yeah, there you
Under
go.
Camaro, right?
That's right. No
So
shit.
you got this younger, the Pepsi generation. They listened to that, and one time we were saying, "Yeah, we bumper jack the cars." What's a bumper jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know.
I call AAA.
And, oh, is that true that you guys really took plaques? Yeah, that's what we did. That's what we look back at and laugh about it because we're like, man, we were young. Now we got these cars. Now we got to respect these cars. Now we don't want to go back to that era. We want to go to a better. So if you look at Instagram now or TikTok and all this, what's going on with these shows that they're putting on? There's nothing but fights again going on. Look at the one that they had, the East Side Story, when Click got into a fight and with another club or gang or whoever it was. They destroyed some of the displays there. Who's paying for them displays? You got to have respect. It's a family thing.
It is now. And we can't take it back to the way it was back then.
No, back then it wasn't a family.
Because there's a lot of car clubs that disbanded because of those times, man. If you had a young family, you couldn't drive your nice car down the boulevard. You had a lot to lose. There were a lot of guys back then that had everything.
well,
they didn't
because-
care if they lost.
Also because not just that, but a lot of the car clubs that were out there, they were from gangs. You had 18th Street, you had Maravillas, you have Primera, they were all into the clubs. So when you're cruising out there, they remember the gang. So that's when they started, when a lot of shit came down. But it's not like that no more.
No.
Everybody respects everybody now.
You have to remind everybody out there, don't ruin it for all of us.
Yeah.
Especially the boulevards, cruising the boulevard. Just one incident. There's safety issues just with hopping a car, three-wheeling it. You start to pull circles. If something breaks, that car goes into a crowd or hits somebody, then it's the end of all of that. There's more than safety issues. There's an image issue because the whole world's watching us and waiting for us to fuck things up.
Exactly.
And it's going to happen. And I'm not, and that's just the way it is. But the main things though, Don, you guys got something going now and you plan it according to Mike. You guys get on a calendar. So these events happen once a month?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We try to put it like the second week of the month.
Second week of the
second
second
Thursday
Thursday?
of the month.
Yeah. On a Thursday.
I'll text you.
You'll text me now since Eloy's not here?
No, I always text you.
Eloy went out with a bang, rebel without a cause. No, he had a cause back then. He was a great president.
Yeah.
Looked like Tom Cruise back then. Left immediately. I became president, never saw him again. So he didn't leave on a bad note, or he completed his job and painted his Grand Prix candy red. The most beautiful candy red I ever saw. And I never saw it again. Him and Ray Wadahula were important to this club, right? To lifestyle. Never saw them again. He comes back in the picture. Never saw him or heard from him, just rumors. And what he helped you guys, what you organized, how he got the word out there, how he was busy running around there talking to everybody. And then he just passed away, like I said. I mean, he served his purpose in life. Actually, he did. He went away from our world, came back into it, but he made up for it. And you guys are doing that now. If you guys have been out of that picture and came in, and there's a lot of guys that go to this luncheon and now they're back in the picture again, don't let them leave, man. Keep them there. Even if they can't afford a car, keep them there.
Yeah.
The one that made a big difference for me
Mhm.
is Tommy.
Tommy Pooh Bear?
The first president we had of Lifestyle.
Yeah.
He was a big organizer. It would have been nice if he was still alive.
Yeah.
He would have made this big.
I used to take a magazine. Can't believe they put him in an old folks home. I used to visit him, take him a bunch of magazines. Then he would ask me when the nurses weren't there, "Hey, Joe, we could go to the
Cigarettes.
park and I can get some cigarettes and a Coke. Just bring me magazines, please. But I need cigarettes and a Coke." And that's what kept him alive.
Yeah.
And then, you had to look at, they would never let me in if they knew I was sneaking that in.
That's
Because I know a
such
lot of
fun.
guys took him burgers and Manuel Tepeyac and all. He wasn't allowed to eat that food or anything. And when I saw him in the old folks home, no matter what it wasn't really health issues. He was poor already and, misguided, whatever it was. I hated to see him like that. And the next thing you know, he is gone, like a lot of people went.
He'd call me up and say, "Don, I know you don't smoke, but could you get me some pot?" I go, "Yeah, all right. I want it today." "All right, I'm on my way." This is down the street from where I live at.
He was great, man. He was a mentor back then. And there's a lot of reasons when I go back and think about things, come to my house and go to your house for what? And I had passed by there a couple times in my early days. I go, what am I going to go? What? I ain't going to smoke pot. I ain't going to do drugs. I don't drink.
Yep.
I'm going to go into that neighborhood right now. I knew it. I used to go to school right by there. And then he just walks out in a towel and just opens up and goes, "This is yours." "Oh, it's mine?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "How much?" And he goes, "Nothing, put it up." Oh man, that was the greatest time of my whole life.
Well, you're
He
welcome.
gave me that plaque.
You're
Why?
welcome.
Why is that?
Because he asked me, he goes, "Hey, Don, let me have your plaque." I would have gave him anything.
Yeah,
Because, like I said, he was our founder.
right.
He goes, "Let me have your plaque." All right. And then
Were you there that day? And
what?
you just walked off across the street and
he
handed it
just
to me?
took it. I wasn't there when he gave it to you, but he asked me for it, and I go, "Okay, here."
I have that plaque still, you know that. You can't have it back. But Don, here's the whole thing, guys.
Let's-
As we're gonna almost come up to a wrap with this show, gotta find out. We want to be there. You had Sammy's Hydraulics from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Sam Henry wanted to be there for this. Everybody wants to come to this. I suggest you start your own within your community and recognize those who are more deserving and do that. You don't have to travel. They're down the street, these mentors. There are old stories back in the days when we were younger. Oh yeah, he went to a party and they tied him up under the car,
Okay.
tied him up over the hood, took him and drove him up and down the boulevard and scraped on his body. And it's like, fuck, me and my brother would just sit there at night building model cars. You believe that happened? Yeah, it did, because you heard and saw a lot of that stuff. You talked about, you got to get Tommy Pooh Bear's brother in here. He had a coffee cup in the morning. He's told me that story. They shot the house up and the bullet broke the mug right out of his hands. And when you get older now and you remember all these stories about La Llorona, is it true? Is she now the white lady? She transformed and she's in the LA River. All that stuff, when you start to hear all these old stories, and we just talked about a couple that we can't really bring up today. Did that really happen? I got corrected on a story, and then there was another story, and you guys actually were there and saw it happen. So now I really do believe it. There was a story I always believed. We just spoke about it, and I heard it didn't actually go that way. So when you get all of these guys together, historians, to tell about stories from the past, you can correct things and tell the right story and retell it the way it was. So it's not a fantasy. It's not fiction. You know what I'm saying?
Well-
And that's a good thing about this too.
I'd like to say something about when Lifestyle first started. People say, "Yeah, I got voted in. I got voted in." I go, "No, you didn't," because I was there. Who showed up was in the club.
I got voted in.
No, you didn't. You were
I
already
no
in.
no no no. I Caesar 65, the yellow one, and my black Riviera. Where I was the first. Everybody thinks Joe Ray started Lifestyle. He was the first. No, I was not.
You were one of the first members.
I was the
we had.
first member
Yes.
to get voted in. I remember
remember voting.
Stanley and Steve. I got a better memory. I don't drink as much as you.
Oh, well, yeah,
And then your wife doesn't let you talk too much.
Oh,
Remember that.
gosh, yeah.
Right.
But me and Caesar got voted in, and then it went from there. But there were 50, 60
Yeah.
long-haired, flared out, you name it, rebels if you want to. Guys that probably came just from the East LA riots not too long ago from there. All new, just all crazy. And I used to wonder, what the F am I getting into here? and they were all automatically lifestyle. They
Yes.
came from the New Life.
Yes. Yeah, we're automatic.
Most of them did, because when we did the New Life outing when I was with Lowrider and we did
Right.
that video,
Yeah.
I knew everybody there.
Yeah.
And that's how that all happened. But those were just good times you can never forget. Like I said, where
You
we
were at
came
the
from.
first meeting we had a lifestyle.
4 meetings I had to come to. I got voted in, and they handed me my
Well,
plaque.
I was just in. A lot of us, they came from New Life. We're just in. I don't remember
Yeah.
on the voting part. Okay.
No. And from there on, after us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then here comes Boyle Heights, comes all the Montebello, all the younger generation,
Montebello
the
people.
nicely dressed guys, and they're hanging around me, and that's how Tommy Pooh Bear's the president. Eloy became president,
Yeah.
and then me and Sal Carrillo went to the back, American Legion, and I got voted in president.
Okay.
6 months later, Eloy and Ray came back to take that job. They wanted it back because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know anything. And then I had to become Joseph to Joe and change my whole complete way. And I had to understand that the club came before family. And I had like 50 members that I was responsible for. And that came before my job, before everything, man. And that's how I focused that everything I talked about and wanted to do, I was speaking for everybody. And that's how you become a leader, so to speak. But you're only as good as your last meeting. You guys are only as good as your last luncheon.
Yeah.
So what are you guys going to do from here? Don't ruin this good thing. And then if too many people come, they're going to F it up because they're going to want to be ego monsters.
Yeah.
No, I started it.
We have
no,
that
it's
now.
about
We
me.
have
I
that-
brought
we
it."
have
You have that now.
now.
Congratulations.
We have that.
Well, we're going to ask him not to
Thanks.
show up.
Yeah.
And if he does show up, we're going to ask the venue, because you'd rather have 50, 60 of us or that one.
We're too old for all of that drama.
Oh, I know.
Ego.
But it happens. There's nothing we can do about it. You know, someone's going to show up and say, I should be the leader. We don't have a leader. We just all show up. We have Disco Mike and Carlos puts it out there and we come.
It's not something that you're gonna say, we started this, we're the founders. This is something we're all getting together.
Yeah.
Something that we could again reminisce.
It's about
Back
food
in
and
the
a
day.
story.
It's just like when I tell,
Yeah.
do you remember the one way?
Yeah.
Back in the
Right.
one way?
Yeah, yeah.
People don't know what's the one way.
Norwalk?
That's when the one way up in Elysian
Yeah,
Park.
Oh, okay.
We used to go there
The
from high school.
original one where they had the Battle of the Bands. I remember everybody used to go one way in and one way out.
That's the white lady was up there.
Yeah.
That's
Llorona.
that's right.
Yeah,
She's
La
used to hang
Llorona.
out up there.
So everybody used to leave early before it got dark
Yeah.
because they were
Because
scared
of
of
that,
La
yeah.
Llorona.
Oh hell yeah! My grandfather brought me up there. She's up there looking
Yeah.
at us around, walking at Dodger Stadium from Eagle Rock, walking at Dodgers because my grandfather wanted to walk. Goes, there she is up there. He spoke very broken English, but in Spanish, La Llorona. But he would tell me, he goes, well, it's not really her from Mexico. She's the white lady, and she drowned her kids in the LA River,
She's
right?
looking
He's
for
like,
her
"What?"
kids.
Oh,
Like
that's right.
Marvin Way, yeah. So
John the kids.
those were all great stories. Sammy,
What's that?
Mike,
Okay.
Carlos.
Before
Don. You do it every month. You're changing restaurants, different atmospheres. Any other plans as you guys go on?
We're
Are there going to be awards there? Are you going to recognize anybody? Are you going to have a podium to speak and say, hey, we got some new guys here. They just showed up
That'd be
today.
a good idea.
More than welcome. You know what? This guy's been around.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got some
Well-
people there, I'm going to tell you right now, that are recognized only inside that restaurant. But outside that restaurant, they never get recognized. They have
Those
no
are good
awards.
ideas.
No, even you don't need a plastic award or a little
Right.
wooden award to hang up
Yeah.
on the wall.
Yeah.
No one could see that but your immediate family. But you want to be recognized in
Yeah,
front of your
okay.
peers. But that you know that could go wrong too because
But
then
you know
all of
what
a
we
sudden,
do, Joe?
where's my next award? That's what they're
Joe,
going to
what
want.
we do at the end of us taking the pictures, we will say, does anybody have anything to say,
That we do.
recommend something, and then we give them the floor. You
Well,
know?
that's a good
So
idea.
what we're
Joe.
gonna, what I'm putting together, what we're all gonna put together, is a barbecue.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We gotta figure out what month, and then we'll get a date, and we're inviting people to come, family orientated, no drama. Bring your cars out, let the people see them. Just have fun over there. We're thinking of having it at Benally Park because they have a water where the kids could go swimming. So, but we're just when we get together on the next one, we're gonna figure out what.
There is a little area, Jay Bueno, and a lot of car clubs used to go all the way up, kind of like up to the top. It was secluded. There were 4 entrances to go up there. And it is a great area, bathrooms, everything
Yeah.
by the lake. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But you guys, look at fair warning. Once you give something out to somebody, they appreciate it because they earned it. Others, next. And the next award better be bigger. And then when you don't recognize them anymore, then they get pissed and they turn on you. Everybody needs to remember that it's not about who founded this or came up with this idea.
You're right.
It's not the most fantastic idea, but what came out of it can be destroyed overnight when people make it about themselves and not about everybody. And people lose their identity. Your identities here is about a foundation that you guys started, and it serves its purpose. It's not called Carlos Carbajal Incorporated or Don Jackson LLC. You guys did this for everybody. And the moment everybody understands that, and you can't please everybody, you've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
I hate that. That's what's going to happen to you guys as this thing continues to grow.
But the nice thing about us going somewhere to eat is you don't have to bring nothing, you have to cook nothing, you don't have people working. You just go there, order
You
your
guys
food.
pay for the lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, they pay for everybody's lunch. So when's the next?
You heard that.
Hey, with Joe's credit card.
Yeah.
Hey. But yeah, it's easy what we do. There's no work involved.
Yeah.
You go there. If you want to eat, you eat. You want to drink, you drink, and that's it. It's easy. I think having a barbecue might be some people gonna have to work.
Final thoughts, Sammy?
Just hopefully we get this barbecue going. You know, I want to see that get together.
Mike, you have a website? You guys have a website about this now?
Well, I put it on Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, and that's where a lot of people will see it and stuff. My whole thing is, I think it's great, this brotherhood, because we come from different clubs, from different areas, and I love the lowriding culture. I do. And you know, when I was your VP, you know how I was. That was the disco era when
Yeah.
Joe Ray didn't drink. But anyway, I think it's a great thing to do, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Long live Donna Summers.
Right?
Also, yeah, I mean, that's what we're
That's
all
what it
into.
was.
Also, what do you think? What do you think?
I think we should just keep it going the way we are,
Mhm.
and just let it grow and let it form itself. Let it. That's it. Because again, like I said, I met Gucci Eddie, Don Johnson, Michael, Sammy. I've known Carlos. Goes back a long way.
You used to judge your car?
Huh?
You used to judge your
No,
car?
you know-
Was he a good friend then too?
Nah.
You always won trophies?
My
You had to
younger
pay the
brother.
guy off,
My
right?
younger
No,
brother.
my wife went to high school with his sister, and my brother graduated with his brother at
Mhm.
Cathedral.
From
So,
Cathedral.
so we're kind of like,
Phantoms, huh? Both of you?
yeah.
Well,
You
the
done?
nice thing is I'm making new friends like Audie,
That's
Rick,
always-
Jesse, guys I never knew before.
Hmm.
And we talk about cars, and like I said, Audie's doing his Riviera, and he's wanting to borrow mine every now and then.
You have a few of them, right?
Yeah, I have a couple of them.
Yeah.
64 with a 65 front end. I'm having that repainted. But it's nice meeting the guys, and looking forward to meeting some old friends like from group. Goddamn, what's his name?
How do you tell your wife that the paint job isn't $800 anymore? Because back in the days, that's what it costed.
That's what it was.
Have you told her it's 45,000? Does she know?
I'm only paying 15.
Oh, that's what you want us to think in here, but we know what you
That's
paid.
right.
Hopefully, she's not watching the show, right?
That's
Well, by then it'll be too late. It's already in the shop.
Eddie?
Well, I think we have put down a good foundation as far as people coming out from different car clubs, us all getting together, talking about different things, planning future events, and all we can see is we'll see where it goes from there. The main thing, like I say, the foundation is done, so it could go anywhere, and hopefully it will. I think it will, because from 5 to 6 guys now we're at 50 to 60 people, so that's quite a difference. And I'm hoping that it will continue and we can all get together, camaraderie. If this goes to barbecues or whatnot, that's what we're looking for.
All right, guys. So if I'm interested in attending one of these events, say I'm just watching the show, how do I get information about the next one? You got to come up with a website and put everything out there so they can go somewhere and lock in and see it all happening right there. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. All these pictures you guys are taking, if you send them to each other, They don't go to everybody. But if you have it on a website, the latest one, where it was at, and you have like it's all archived, and everybody's going to go back and say, "Hey,
You
here
see
I
it-
am.
we-
There's this
we
guy.
see it growing.
You need to take care of that now in
Yeah.
its early stage." I
That's
know you
probably
guys
the
are
next
still
level.
like,
Yeah.
"Damn, man, I didn't know it was going to happen." But now take responsibility, grab it by the reins, and
We never
and
thought
guide
of
it
that.
to where it's supposed to go.
Well, that's why he's
We,
talking.
we never
Let
stopped.
us
We
know.
never thought of doing a website on that.
Yeah,
That's a
you
good
need
idea.
to.
Great
Yeah.
idea. Well,
But I
Mike,
think
take care of
Mike
it.
should
Yeah.
should
That's-
open that.
It's
That's
best.
like the next level, you know.
Yeah,
We
even
start-
though a lot of us don't even have email addresses,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's educational too for us. We're going to have to get one. Anything else to say before we come to a close of this show? Tomorrow, this show will air in a week or so.
Okay.
But tomorrow's Kiki's birthday.
Right.
Okay. And are you going to that?
Yes.
Special invite only?
As far as I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Formal?
Tell them.
Levi's.
No.
Oh,
Mandatory.
he always dresses nice. That's what I'm wondering.
Are you going,
Anything
Joe?
else to say?
going?
If time permits, yes. He's 73. He's old, almost like you,
Yeah.
Carlos.
Damn.
You guys are all getting old on me.
Yeah, Carlos.
Anything else here to say? Anybody forget anything before we close this up?
No, I just want to reiterate that we're not. There's no egos here.
Mhm.
It's all about friends, about the lowrider culture, and we don't care who in the frick started this thing. It's still going, man. You know,
Yeah.
that's all we care about.
Keeping the past present and
Yeah.
moving on into the future.
Keep the culture going.
Yeah.
That's what it's
That's
about.
it.
Keep the culture going and the respect. It's all about
Yeah.
the respect
Yeah.
of it
And don't forget the history.
and
you
the
know.
history.
Everything that was said here today is beautiful. Hopefully everybody's watching. But for everybody that supports your event, go back and rehearse what we all had to talk about.
Come again.
And make them feel that it's not about Ghetto Lifestyle or New Life or the group. It's about all of us. Because we're all responsible for each other and the Pepsi guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pepsi
That's true.
generation.
There you
That's
go.
true.
All right, guys. So here we go. We come to a close of another episode of the Wired Down Show. Never forget where we came from. And don't reminisce on what we did in the past, and that lowriding isn't what it used to be. It's what it is today because of what it used to be. And what it's going to be like tomorrow, that was your past. You live in the present. Tomorrow, if we're here, if that man says it's okay, we keep on going into the future. We may have handed off the torch. We're the ones that lit it. Make sure that it's going bright because we're still responsible for today. Whatever happened back then, you're only as good as those memories. You got to keep on making memories today and tomorrow. All right, everybody. The Wired Down Show. We'll meet you guys next month. When is the next date? Do we have that?
No, we're working on the date right now,
Okay.
but I'll put it out.
Word of mouth is good. We'll all find out.
Right now, be word of mouth.
Nothing wrong with that.
Till we get the email.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you next week for another episode. Have a good weekend. Make sure you got tags on your plates and there's no warrants, and go out there and have a blast.
That's
Thank
Talk
for
to you
having us.
then.
Thank
You guys are all welcome.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Be safe out there. Thank you.